Whether you have pain in your back or joints, surgery may not be the answer. Instead of the dangers involved in cutting out tissue, consider healing and rejuvenating the area with stem cells, platelet-rich plasma, or prolotherapy. The treatments that are available to professional athletes are now available for you. Watch the videos at jointrehab.com or call the Darrow Wellness Institute at 800-300-9300. 800-300-9300. That's 800-300-9300.
Welcome back to Living Pain-Free with Dr. Marc Darrow. I'm your host, Nita Valens, and we are taking your calls right here in the studio at 866-870-5752. And I think we're going over to Richard in L.A.
Hey, Richard, Dr. Marc Darrow, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing very well. It's funny, I drive long distance on Saturday and listen to you all the time.
Oh, thank you.
I just wanted to call in and tell the audience, thank you, first off. I did come to see you about 3 years ago, right before COVID, and you were so kind, so thorough. You took about 40 minutes with me, and he told me that I didn't need any of the injections or anything. And I just thought, wow, this guy is so honest. You know, you told me what to do to fix it, and you told me to start meditating again, and it did go away within a couple of weeks. But I just thought, you're such a straight-up guy. And I
try to be.
say that, you know.
You know, it's kind of funny because a lot of people don't like me because I'm
honest,
I don't know,
too honest,
I guess, yeah. And some
but
patients.
I was thrilled to meet you, and you're a good doctor, and you're certainly weren't pushing anything on me, and I appreciate you.
That's so sweet. Yeah, I appreciate that, Richard. I'm just curious, how's your meditation going? Are you still doing it?
Very, very well. Every day.
Good,
I don't miss it.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I think is the most important thing for any human being is to spend time inside of themselves. I don't want to get on a big preaching thing here, but, you know, we all go through...
True. There is a quote, I'm not sure who said it, but they said that most of the world's problems are because people cannot sit still within themselves, you know.
Well, we're geared up to look outward, and 90% of our awareness is inside. We just don't want to go there. And I teach so many patients how to meditate when I think it's appropriate. And it's a pretty amazing thing. I spend 1 hour every day in deep meditation, where my door is locked, cell phone is not around.
That's right. You told me about that meditation. I did do that for a couple of weeks. I do my own now, but what was that? It was a great video.
Well, I have a teacher. His name is John Roger, John-Roger, and
that's who it was.
We call him JR. Yeah. And I've been studying with him for over 50 years, 50 years. And I've been, we call it spiritual exercise because it's not just sitting back and going quiet. It's actually chasing the spirit inside of yourself. It's a very active process with, you know, it's a simple technique. As a matter of fact, I just had a girl yesterday who was very nervous. And I said, you know, it may help you if you can quiet down inside. And she said, well, how do I do that? I said, well, there's a form of meditation that I could show you. I'm not a teacher in it, but I can share my experience. And so we did that together. And in about 3 minutes, her energy just totally shifted. She even looked different. And she said, I cannot believe how easy this is to do this. So, yeah, I'm willing to spend my time to do whatever it is. I mean, in one of the first days of medical school, the class was sitting together, and the professor got up and he said, what is a doctor? And it was in Hawaii, so the students don't raise their hands there. They're shy. And so I raised my hand because I'd been a lawyer already for 15 years. I was 41 years old when I started med school. And so I said, a doctor is a priest. And he started laughing so hard, putting me down. Because to him, a doctor is a technician. And that's not what it is to me. To me, a doctor is someone that's there to minister to people. And that's what I base my practice on. And, that means like someone like you, if I think you don't need the treatment, I'm just going to tell you. There's another guy I told couldn't have the treatment or shouldn't have the treatment. And he's reporting me to all these medical boards and bureaus because he wants it so bad. I said, I'm sorry, I don't think it's appropriate. So, yeah, I mean,
well, you're always going to get those kind of people. But I just wanted to call in and say you're a good man.
Well, I appreciate that, Richard. You're a good man, too. And it takes some guts to call into the radio, and we appreciate all of our callers. And God bless you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard.
All right, God bless.
Would you like to give the phone number again?
I would love it. We need more callers right now. That was amazing, Richard. The phone number to the studio is 866-870-5752. And I didn't mention this, but if you call in now, I'm going to send you a free copy of my book. It's a $25 book. Pretty heavy, too. Stem Cell and Platelet Therapy, Regenerate, Don't Operate. There's about 250 studies, scientific studies, on how platelets and stem cells work to heal the body, PRP and stem cell therapies. And it's about close to 200 pages long, and it's got all kinds of information on different parts of the body, how to heal it without surgery, okay? So it's pretty cool. I want to go to Dennis. Dennis, are you still there with us?
I sure am, doctor.
All right, man. God bless you for calling in. So, Dennis, it says here that you live in Redondo Beach and your hands and fingers hurt. And is that because you're a surfer, a Redondo Beach surfer, or what?
No, I'm fairly sedentary now. I have a desk job, and I don't think this is any kind of a carpal tunnel syndrome. But then I'm not a doctor. I'm 75 years old, but I'm active. I sail.
Okay, sailing can do it.
I'm sorry?
Sailing can do it. And I'll tell you why. Because I've done a little bit of sailing.
Yeah, it's just less. I'm doing less and less of it because of the pain.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
So
it started at my pinkies, and it's,
yep.
I guess you'd call it arthritis. Again, I'm not a doctor, but it's working its way towards the middle finger, and I don't have the gripping power that I had 2 years ago.
Okay.
It's depleting.
Okay.
So that's my concern. And I went to my primary care physician, referred me to a rheumatologist and an orthopedic surgeon because I wanted to get something in black and white. I wanted to look at the x-rays to see, is there something there that I should be able to see? And there was nothing to see. And I didn't get any confirmation or suggestion other than to go to a physical therapist.
Okay.
It's really disappointed me.
Yeah,
So
I have an exercise. I have an exercise for you to do.
Okay.
There's several things, several bits of information. Do you have a pencil and paper with you?
I do.
Okay. I'm showing this device to the camera right now. It's called a Graston tool, Graston.
Okay.
Look it up on Amazon.com if you want. And there's different shapes and sizes, and you can pick out any one you want. You could actually use a dull knife or a spoon, but it's nice to have one of these little devices. And what you do is you scrub your palm and your fingers with it.
Okay, I got the palm part. Scrub the palm
and the fingers with this device.
And the finger.
And it'll loosen up those tendons that are getting jammed up from all the activities you've had, probably sailing, ropes, and all that kind of stuff. I have the same kind of a thing from injecting all day. I've been injecting all day, almost every day of my life except weekends, for the last 25 years. So my hands are very stressed, and they get very tight like you're talking about also. So this is number one. You get the Graston tool, Graston. I'm doing it right now, right in front of the camera, so people can see this.
Okay.
And that'll loosen them up.
Driving, so I can,
well, it's okay. And you can also, if you want to email me, you can do it through the website, which is www.jointrehab.com. You shoot me an email and through the website, and I'll shoot you back the thing I'm talking about. It's a Graston tool. A lot of chiropractors, massage people use them all over the body. And as I'm doing it right now, for the last minute, my fingers are already loosened up. The other thing that's very good to do is to soak your fingers and hands in really hot water. I take a salad bowl and I put it in my sink and I pour in the water with some Epsom salt. That's magnesium salt, and that loosens them right up. Okay? Maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If I've been really active, I do a lot of things with my hands, a lot of sports. I play guitar, banjo, mandolin. I'm injecting, so my hands are really active. So if I'm in really bad straits, I might do this 2 or 3 times a day for a few minutes. Okay? That'll loosen them up.
Okay.
There are devices that you can buy that are massage devices. I'm looking on the internet right now to see if I can find the name of one for you on a website. Hang with me here. I think it was called Buff Body. Let me see. Buff. Oh, here it is. BuffYourBody.com. Okay? And they have these little handheld massagers that'll loosen your hands up in 2 minutes. They're very high power. You can use them anywhere in your body. BuffYourBody.com. I know the owner. He's a great guy, Joshua. You can call him up. His phone number's there. And that's a great device also to use.
Well, that's great. Did you say it's Up Your Body, UP?
BuffYourBody.com. It's a buffer.
Oh, Buff Your Body.
Yeah, have you ever seen these guys that sand hardwood floors? There's a little mini version of it.
Oh, okay.
It vibrates and it'll loosen your fingers right up in a couple of minutes.
Do you feel that this is something that would ultimately need stem cell therapy?
I don't have any idea because I haven't examined you yet. If you want to come in, call the office right now. There are people there. It's 800-300-9300. I'd love to see you. You may have trigger fingers. That's a whole different issue, but I don't think you do. I think you just have overuse of those tendons.
Well, that term was mentioned by a referral when I went to see a rheumatologist. I don't know why a rheumatologist, but anyway, it mentioned trigger finger. And I go, well, they do get stuck in a position and they click every once in a while.
That may be a trigger finger, but you can even heal the trigger fingers. I had a terrible trigger finger in my thumb. It was so irritating. It would just be clicking all day long, getting stuck. And I did these techniques, and I don't have it anymore. It's gone. Don't ever think because you have a trigger finger that you need to have surgery. You may, but that's only in the desperate cases where it's just totally locked. In a case like yours where it's just clicking, I think that can be healed.
Right. No, I appreciate that. That's very good. Very good information. And then I'll let you know how I do. I'll also go to your website and email you.
Yeah, and check out this little massage unit. It's a little handheld thing, and you get it at BuffYourBody.com. BuffYourBody.com. And Joshua is the owner of the company. His phone number is there. You can call him, see if it's appropriate for you. But it's a great tool for any pain anywhere in the body. I learned about it from a gentleman who owns the senior racquetball circuit.
Wow.
He came in as a patient with meniscal tear. I helped his knee with, we did stem cells on his knee.
Could you use this on a sore shoulder as well?
Absolutely. You could use it anywhere in the body. I use it all over my body. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
It's not going to do the same thing as injecting with stem cells or platelets. But, it's not going to regrow tissue, but it can get rid of pain and soften up things like those ligaments and tendons around your fingers that are causing you pain.
Oh, good.
Now, there's one other piece of advice I have that I don't listen to myself. I tell people, stop using the area if it's causing you misery.
Okay.
Because, it's like beating yourself in the head and then wondering why you have a headache. I can only do so much with the platelets and the stem cells. And often that'll heal people up where they can go back to their sports or whatever. But there's some cases where people... Yeah, I see you're on the run.
No, I don't mean to cut you off. It's just that I don't want to take up your time. You're coming in kind of intermittently. I'm getting most of it, though.
All right.
So
all right. Well, God bless you, Dennis. Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you, Dennis. And our number is
866-870-5752. Give us a call right now. And I also want to mention that when you call in, you get a free copy of my book, Stem Cell and Platelet Therapy, Regenerate, Don't Operate. I even pay the postage for it. It's a pretty good deal. And it's got 250 studies or so on how stem cells work, how platelet therapy works, PRP, and why surgery fails. It's the worst thing in the world to get a surgery that makes you worse, and it's happening all day long, every day of the week. How do I know? I had one on my shoulder before I knew about regenerative medicine, and it screwed me. For about 4 years, I had very little use of my arm, and then I tried this on myself when I heard about it. I tried it as an experiment. I tried my wrist first. That healed 50% overnight. I then injected a couple more times, healed my wrist completely. That's been healed for about 25 years. I still play golf. I can do anything I want with it now. And then my shoulder healed absolutely 100% overnight after a failed surgery. So we're going to go to, looks like Avis about a knee.
I wonder if he has a car for me.
Ah, Anita, you're so cute. His name is not Hertz, it's Avis. All right, Avis, yes. Dr. Marc Darrow, how are you, sir?
Hi, doctor. How are you by yourself?
I didn't hear you. Can you talk a little bit louder? You're what?
Yes. I say, how about yourself?
He asked how you are.
Oh, me? I'm living it up, man. Thank you so much. I'm feeling great.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I see that you have a knee problem, and I have had terrible knee problems in the past from overrunning and too much golf. I know people go, golf hurts your knees. The way I hit the ball, it does, because I use the ground as a springboard to hit as hard as I can, get that ball going as far as I can. So, yeah, I've injured my knees several times and healed them up with platelets and stem cells. What's going on with your knee?
Oh, well, about a month ago, little over a month ago, I have hurt my knees falling down from those small step ladders. I tried to hold myself, not crashing down. I believe that was too much pressure. So about the day after, so next day, I did not have anything. At the end of the day, I start feeling pain, and it was little swollen. And it took about maybe 3 weeks for me to kind of make the pain go away by massaging and treating like little cold, ice, all those things.
Okay.
3 weeks later, I had so little pain, it was not even matter. But after 3 weeks, about this last Friday afternoon, the pain came back very, very strong. And I couldn't move my leg. It was totally swollen. And I had to go to emergency because of the pain, but they did not do too much.
Okay, let me give you some information real quick here, Avis. Number one, the first thing I would do if you want to come in the office, and the phone number to the office is 800-300-9300. You can call there now. Is I would look with an ultrasound. Not the kind that heats you up, but the kind that's like a camera inside the body. And I would look for fluid. It sounds like you have what we call an effusion. That means fluid inside of a joint or inside the body. And I would drain that out. That would give you immediate relief. If the fluid is red, that means that you tore a meniscus or an ACL ligament. And the best way to help that heal is by getting the fluid out. If the fluid is yellow, that just means that the synovial tissue was irritated. It's a lubricant that is normal. You can't see any. But if you have yellow that comes out into the syringe, you're in better shape. Either way, I can help you heal it up. Okay? But I need to get you in the office. We can't do this. I can't examine you over the radio, unfortunately. I wish I could. I hope someday we can do that. We probably will be able to, but today I don't know how to do it. And you're going to need to come into the office, and the phone number there is 800-300-9300. I'd love to see you and your knee. If you have a way of shipping your knee over alone, I'll look at it that way. I'm kidding.
Excuse me, doctor, do you accept Medicare?
We don't talk about insurance on the radio because it's so confusing, but the office will explain all of that to you. Okay? Yeah.
I will call.
All right. God bless you, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks for your call. And our number is
866-870-5752. We got a couple minutes left. We have another caller that we're waiting for right here now, but we'd love to hear you.
Let's give the website.
Yeah. You can watch me doing
Videos.
Injections. There's videos, tons of videos of many places in the body. The website is www.jointrehab.com. www.jointrehab.com. And we're going to go to Lisa. You've got a left hip. I hope you got two hips. What's up with your left one?
I do.
Yippee.
How are you today?
I am living it up. I can't tell you how happy I am.
I'm glad to hear that. I, too, am living it up. You know, just trying to, I want to live life and have a quality life. So I wanted to call you and get your perspective on what's going on with me.
How long has your hip bothered you, Lisa?
It's since probably around February 2021.
Okay, so it's been like 2 years. And what did your doctor tell you about it?
So I got a couple different doctors telling me things. So I did get 2 sets of x-rays and an MRI done. And I've been told I have a labrum tear, front, I guess, sublateral labrum tear.
Sure.
And then I have a nerve impingement. And I also have arthritis inside the hip.
Okay. None of that means, I'm going to say this really bluntly. None of that on its face means you have pain. I get people all the time with labral tears that don't have pain. I get people all the time with arthritis that don't have pain. I see everything. And so I don't believe images. Okay? I get images to make sure there's no cancer or something weird going on, because I've found that before a few times. But I don't need images to treat, because you can't look at an image and tell if a person has pain or not. You got to find the pain. You got to find the pain generator by an examination.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I'm in constant crazy pain with.
I hear you. I'm not saying you don't have pain, but I'm just saying that what the doctors did don't impress me. I'm not putting them down because that's traditional medicine. In regenerative medicine, we do things differently. We're looking for the pain generator in an area that we can heal, not cut up.
Correct.
So I would have to examine you.
Second diagnosis that said I needed a hip replacement.
No. Call the office, 800-300-9300. Watch me doing videos of hip platelets and stem cells at www.jointrehab.com. There's videos there. God bless you. I love you all. And thank you, Nita Valens and Alex.
And thank you,
Suzette.
Dr. Darrow. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Take care, folks.
You've been listening to Living Pain Free with Dr. Marc Darrow. Now that you've heard Dr. Darrow, you can schedule an appointment to talk with him in person by calling his office anytime at 800-300-9300. That's 800-300-9300. Or go online to lastemcells.com. Again, the website is lastemcells.com. Living Pain-Free with Dr. Marc Darrow is heard Saturdays at 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. and Sundays at 5 p.m. right here at AM 870 The Answer. Remember, to take the first step toward a pain-free life, call to schedule an appointment at 800-300-9300. That's 800-300-9300. Live long and pain-free. And thanks for joining us today.